Do you just want for God to tell you what you want to hear? That was what King Ahab wanted. He had a whole bunch of prophets that were a bunch of yes men. They'd tell him what he wanted to hear. And so his buddy, King Jehoshaphat from down at Judah, was up there with him, and they were trying to decide if they should invade Ramoth Gilead. And so Jehoshaphat, as a wise and godly man would do, says, hey, before we go to war, we should inquire of the Lord. Ahab said, no problem. They bring in all of these prophets, and they all say with one voice, they say the same thing. The Mockingbird prophets, go and you will prosper. One of them even built him a set of iron horns, and he said, you're gonna push the enemy with these horns. He's running around acting like he's a big bull there. And as Jehoshaphat watches this circus that's going on, he asks the question. He says, verse 6 of 2 Chronicles 18, but Jehoshaphat said, is there not here a prophet of the Lord besides, that we might inquire of him? You see, he could tell that all these guys were just a bunch of yes men for the king. Verse 7, the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, there is yet one man by whom we may inquire of the Lord, but I hate him. For he never prophesieth good unto me, but always evil. The same is Micaiah the son of Imlah. And Jehoshaphat said, let not the king say so. Poor old Jehoshaphat, he's kind of naive, I guess, at this point. And so he says, oh, don't say that, king. So they call for Micaiah. Now, Micaiah is a man of God, and he's going to do what he's supposed to do. But when the messenger goes to get him, it says in verse 12, the messenger that went to call Micaiah spake to him, saying, behold, the words of the prophets declare good to the king with one assent. Let thy word, therefore, I pray thee, be like one of theirs, and speak thou good. I find this so interesting, especially in the day and time in which we live. You know, as we see the Mockingbird media, it doesn't matter what channel you turn on. They're all saying the same thing over and over and over again. And they want to get rid of anybody that's not lined up with their agenda. I wonder if you and we couldn't fall into that same trap. We just want to hear what we want to hear. We definitely don't want to hear anything that's not going to be prosperous, not going to be what we want to hear, not going to line up with the plans that we've made. I wonder if we're open to truly hear what God has to say. Now, Micaiah tells this messenger, he says, as the Lord liveth, even what my God saith, that will I speak. So he comes in before these two kings, and they said, all right, prophesy for us. And so Micaiah says, when he was come in to the king said unto him, Micaiah, shall we go to Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall I forbear? And he said, go ye up and prosper, and they shall be delivered into your hand. And I'm sure the way in which he said it was very sarcastic. And so the king said to him, how many times shall I adjure thee that thou say nothing but the truth to me in the name of the Lord? Now, I think Ahab is saying this for Jehoshaphat's benefit, because he's got all these prophets. He's heard what he wants to hear. He's going to go to battle. He's already made up his mind. And he wasn't going to call for Micaiah until Jehoshaphat asked him. And I wonder if you and I might fall into that same trap of just listening to what we want to hear rather than truly going to the Lord with an open heart and saying, God, here's my life. What do you want for it? Or do we come to God with our plans and say, God, here's my plan. Now you need to bless it and you need to make it prosper. I'm going to go and do this, and you need to bless it and you need to make it prosper. That's what Ahab wanted. But when he tells Micaiah to tell him the truth by God, and he says, then he said, I did see all Israel scattered upon the mountains as sheep that have no shepherd. And the Lord said, these have no master, let them return therefore, every man to his house. And the king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat, did I not tell thee that he would not prophesy good unto me, but evil? See, I told you, this is what always happens. I just want to encourage you this morning, don't be like Ahab. Don't be the kind of person who only listens to what you want to hear. Be the kind of person who goes to God and says, God, I am your servant. I am listening. You tell me what you want from my life. I don't want my will. I want your will. God bless you. Have a great day.